Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Jeffy, I am. And we back with some more of it. It's been some time, a little time, but today we on time. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Hey, man, we going to talk about it. We have something interesting to talk about today. Of course, it has to do with today's society and things going on, right? I'll say it like this. I used to live in Kansas City where it's a melting pot of people. Now I live in the Midwest where there's not a lot of culture here. I chose to rehabilitate myself after my brain injury out here. I chose to stay. All right, here we go. One thing I've been wondering, right? And I'm going to speak candidly on this and say what I want to. So if you're sensitive to talking about racial issues or anything that cause conflict, hey, I'll see you later. You might as well go somewhere else respectfully. But my thing is, I'm trying to figure out, why are black people public enemy number one? I don't get it. Hard-working, tax-paying citizens are on target. The government has already scared our Hispanic brothers and sisters. So now when we in this situation to where I have to ask the question, why are white men intimidated of black men? Better yet, what I've been seeing in the news and the propaganda, even on news stations of my local news station, why are white America scared of black women? Tell you the truth, I know why. A black woman can never be replaced. And the way they are now, you can't stop them from anything. They're owners, mothers, providers, everything you can imagine. But that's what brings me to this question. Like, I had a conversation. Well, I got into it with a guy who was streaking my grass trying to get to another yard. When I confronted him, the first thing that came out of his mouth was the N-word and some other things. And what made me mad, the N-word doesn't make me mad no more. But what made me mad is when he said when he come back, he gonna show me who my daddy is. First, I know who my father is, named after him, right? And I know for a fact in this small community, you don't know who your father is. Don't be mad at me because you can't call your dad, you know what I mean? But jokingly, it makes me ask the question, why are we public enemy number one? For the last 6 months, that's all you hear. Why? We can go back in history and change a lot of things like you all are doing. But we're proud of our heritage and lineage. And they're teaching kids in school. Last year they taught my 9th grader, but she's in the 10th grade this year. They taught her that slavery was okay, that slaves were indentured servants. After their servitude, they were free. I'm going to call bullshit on that because we know better than that. But let's get down to it, right? Why is there so much hate against black men and black women? These attitudes and beliefs, I think, are economic factors and psychological factors. One thing I've noticed, being a disabled man, the things that came out that gentleman's mouth when we got into it, I laughed at. First of all, man, I didn't ask for a brain injury. I fought and I worked, and my family got me to where I am now. Hard work and dedication, not knowing when to stop. I'm not 100%, but I'm better than I was, right? So I feel like things that God was saying was I'm undeserving because I'm black. Now, I know what he does for a living, and I'm not here to embarrass anybody. This is just to make a point. I know his income sucks. I know his wife is the breadwinner. And he's angry at me. Why me? Be angry at yourself. Better yet, be angry at your wife. I think there's an anxiety about this demographic shift. Around here, there's a lot of hard-working women in these places outworking these men. And in that group are a lot of hardworking black women. So I hear about that constantly, which is funny to me. Because if you see somebody that's a different color working hard, you instantly try to down them. But that comes to a lack of understanding and exposure. A lot of these people here, a lot of people across the country do not leave a 30-mile radius of where they live at. So everything they have opinions on and see is on TV. And that's another thing that gets me. If you don't like black people, why you dancing like us? Why you making music like us? Why you dressing like us? Hey, like I said, just a question, you know what I mean? Economic decline. It's nowhere to work around here and not let you drive and go off like I used to do. I have a physical education degree, and I chose to drive heavy equipment because gym teachers do not make the money that I needed. I have a big family. I have kids. I have a mother. But at the time, I had kids to take care of. So I didn't be a gym teacher. I wanted to drive heavy equipment and trucks and make my money. And there's not a lot of, at the time, there wasn't a lot of brothers in this area doing that. So that's why I feel I can talk on this, right? You know, and the loss of social status, I believe. Simply because what used to be cool is not cool anymore. And I think a lot of people can't deal with what's happening in the world. Hey, things change, times change. And I ask you this, when exactly was America great? I'll wait. Oh, you don't have an answer for me, do you? And I say it like that because in this area, you can see the economic decline. You can see people that's been on these jobs 20 and 30 years don't have much of anything. I respect them for the work they put in, but what goes on outside these city limits, they have no clue. And they haven't accomplished anything in their life. The gentleman I got into it with, I lapped him 3 times in life alone, and I'm disabled right now. And that's the things he was kind of saying. And for him to be so mad saying these things, I didn't get mad at all. I thought he was giving me compliments after a while. You know what I mean? But you know, that brings me to the next topic, depression. The people I am cool with around here, and we talk real stuff. There's people out here that really want to change and really want to know how people of certain colors feel, how your neighbor feels. There's people out here that want to know. But I also notice there's a lot of people that's not happy at home. A lot of these white gentlemen hate their wives. I think that's crazy. Their wives are all kind of names, but the wives, a lot of these women around here are the breadwinners. And they hold their house down and go to school. But you talk bad about your wife, and they put them on the lines as a black man. Wow. Little sisters that make, but that's just how it is, you know what I mean? You know, and experiencing social isolation, you start to see people are stuck on Facebook. Stuck. You know, watching different things on the internet. And out here, I'm going to say this without trying to laugh. I can't understand why white people go crazy over Tubi movies. They can tell you any kind of Tubi movies. And that's why I laugh about the stereotypes. I don't really watch Tubi. You know what I mean? I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just, you know, I'm an older gentleman. I got, you know, I'm not going to say I don't watch Tubi, but I'm not into the, you know, the movies about the streets and all that. You know, I like a ride variety or something, but they're stuck on that. I think it's really funny, man. And the way social media portrays and amps up things. Hey, buddy. And it causes people to have anxiety and resentments. So, hey, I just want to get on here and vent. And one thing I am going to say is be a self-thinker. If you're racist or prejudiced, whatever you are, I'm going to say this. It's 2025, right? Pay more attention to politics. People's food stamps getting cut. Medicaid is getting cut. Oh, and for that to be said, the guy also said something about you probably get Medicaid. Well, I don't. I have my own insurance. And that's what I'm saying. These stereotypes that people portray, they're not absolutely true all the time. So I'm going to say this again. You know, whatever you stand for, stand on it. But look into the government. Think about your way of living and your future. Those are important. Don't worry about me. Don't watch me. Watch TV. You understand me? And I just want to say that. And hey, man, there's things we need to talk about. Look at these babies. Yeah. So, hey, be safe, be humble. We talked about it. Jeffy, I am. Okay, let's talk about it. And we did that in a minute.